Imagine a powerful idea that can totally change your life. It's the mirror principle. This isn't about fancy techniques or tricky strategies that need action. It's about becoming the person you want to be. For example, if you dream of being a millionaire, you first need to feel like one inside before it shows outside. Otherwise, you might keep hopping around, thinking the issue is somewhere else. Here's the big lesson: if you don't change inside, nothing outside changes. That's the main idea of the mirror principle. Once you get the hang of it, everything you deal with turns into something great. But, of course, this means facing your inner struggles and dealing with not-so-pleasant truths. If you're really up for a big change, this video is just for you. I'll also spill the beans on an important exercise I still do every day. Today, we'll dig into this principle and see how it can truly shake up your life. Think of reality like a mirror reflecting how you see yourself and the world. Let's talk about wanting to be a millionaire again. If you believe you can't make money, the mirror of reality says, "Okay, that's what you think," and piles on more proof of why you can't make money. So, here's the key point: the world outside is like a mirror, echoing what's inside you. Look around, and you'll see many people caught up in the craziness of tech, social media, and daily life. They're losing touch with their inner wisdom. Now, let's unlock 4 keys that help you mold reality according to what you want. When we check out the law of attraction, the focus is on playing with that mirror. The first key is understanding that the mirror reflects 2 things: how you see yourself and how you see the world. For instance, if you think you're not good enough, the mirror echoes, "Yep, you're not good enough," and hands you more proof. The mirror acts like a loyal friend, always saying, "I agree," to whatever you believe. Instead of trying to directly change the reflected image, you need to learn to change the image you show the mirror. Think of it like convincing someone. If you say, "Don't do that," they might do the opposite. But if you motivate and inspire, giving good reasons to avoid certain actions, they're more likely to listen. So, the plan is to influence our world in a roundabout way. The mirror of reality just magnifies what you believe, always reflecting what's true in your mind, about yourself, your identity, and your worldview. So, that's a really big key in understanding and using the mirror principle to make some real changes in your life. Now, how do we shake things up? How can we break this routine and pick exactly what we want? Craft your own identity and view of the world, your own way of thinking. Let me give you an example to make it easier. Firstly, get crystal clear about what you want in the long run. In, let's say, 10 years, what's something you see yourself doing daily in the final picture? What makes your life a constant journey of discovery? Now, ask yourself, who am I being right now? What traits do I have when I'm achieving, having, and doing all these things? This part is key. Next up, figure out your worldview. How does the world look when you're living this reality? What's it like when you're in the middle of all this? Take a moment to turn affirmations into reality. Start with affirmations about yourself, like, "I am worthy. I attract abundance because I carry the magic touch of an alchemist." Then, create affirmations about your vision of the world, such as, "The world works in my favor. Everything happens at the right time and follows the divine plan." As you repeat these affirmations daily and really take them in, be ready to see a remarkable transformation. The reality you see, your view of the world, starts to shift right before your eyes. Even if what you want feels tough today, it doesn't mean you won't get there tomorrow. Everything needs time, practice, and patience. Respect your time, but don't let fears hold you back from achieving something extraordinary. So, take a moment for this exercise. It can totally revolutionize your life. Now, let's roll into key number 2. Get this: the reflection in our material world takes a while to form. Why? Here's the scoop. In our inner world, we can picture something instantly by closing our eyes and visualizing it. That's how it works in our thoughts. But in the physical world, things take time to happen because of the nature of matter. Matter is dense, it can't bend the laws of nature to make everything pop up in an instant. So, here's the deal with the next key. You need to hang on to the belief you've set up long enough for your desire to show up. What's that mean? Stay true to the identity and worldview you've chosen until your goal shows up. If you want to be something, start by thinking like someone who already is that. Ask yourself how that person would act and stick with that thinking long enough. A cool thing happens when people get into this. They notice their lives have ups and downs. They set a belief and identity, expecting their goal to happen, but it doesn't show up right away. Then their mood drops with the belief. Now, when your mood hits rock bottom, suddenly, your goal shows up. But when it appears, it reflects your past negative vibe with a delay. Then what comes to life starts to break down again because it's just showing how you feel. This creates a kind of wave, a cycle in your life, and you can't dodge it. Ups and downs happen, and you can't escape them. The trick is always to stick with the identity and worldview you've chosen. That's the best way to make some big changes in your life. Now, let's explore the next key, which I find really impactful and practice daily. Here's the scoop: the reality mirror doesn't reflect the nature of your thoughts but their pure content. Let me break it down. If you keep expressing dissatisfaction and there's specific content to it, like, I hate my job, I hate my boss, I hate my partner, I hate the bills I have to pay, the mirror doesn't reflect hate itself but the specific content of your dissatisfaction. For instance, I hate the bills. The result? You get more bills. I hate my job, and more situations pop up to increase your work dissatisfaction. That's how it rolls. The more you complain about what you lack and don't want, this keeps showing up in your life, giving you more reasons to stick to your worldview and identity. This is the core difference between a scarcity mentality and an abundance mentality. It's all about seeing the glass as half full instead of half empty. How to apply this in your life? Easy. Focus on what you want and what you already have. To make a change, start by focusing on what you currently have, all your progress, your awesome family, and the things you desire. Pause and think, what do I want? What would make my life an exciting journey? How does that look and feel? It can be a fuzzy image, just as long as you focus on what you want. And as you keep focusing on what you want, the gap between your current life and your desired life starts to close because you're pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone. So, there you have it, key number 3. Now, let's roll into key number 4, the mirror cycle. Brace yourself because if you learn to work this mirror cycle, uncertainty about your actions will be a thing of the past. You'll literally witness reality changing before your eyes. It all kicks off with an observation. What's the backward attitude from your past, the complaints, the rough patches, or the unconscious choices? That's the present moment. When you face bills to pay and a job you dislike, for example, observe it and use it to shape your image or attitude. When I say image, I mean the internal vibe, thoughts, and feelings we present to the mirror. Once the image is formed, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it. It reflects and molds reality based on that image. But here's the kicker: most people look at the reflection again and get stuck in this cycle. It's a trap most people fall into. They watch and get stuck in the loop, thinking, this keeps happening over and over. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Then they try different tactics and strategies, like starting a new business, but nothing works. It's like it works for a bit, gets them excited, but then they fall back into the pattern because they can't make an internal change. Remember this important nugget: there's no fundamental change in terms of worldview and identity. To break the cycle, we start with the image we want to form. We turn away from the reflection, from looking at our current reality because it's shaped by past decisions. Realize this, or nothing changes. If I want to shape tomorrow, I consciously choose today. Start with the image. When you choose the image and say, "This is what I want, and this is what I have," the mirror starts reflecting it bit by bit. Even small changes happen slowly with delay. What's next? Instead of observing, we confirm. Check the mirror to see what's working. When you see the reflection, think, "That's working. Look, that happened." If you want more confidence, over time, people will start welcoming you better. If you aim to improve work or business, you'll notice things getting better. Your world might be falling apart, but you only focus on what you want to confirm, things that match your chosen worldview and identity. The idea is to keep doing it. The more you do it, it turns into something beyond your wildest imagination. If you start using these principles, your life will completely change. This is real, something I applied, and it worked like a charm. In the early days of my spiritual journey, I thought it was hogwash. But when I saw the results, it was mind-blowing. Things I wanted started coming to me, even beyond my imagination. As we delve into the depths of the reality mirror, we uncover an inner power often overlooked. What we see around us is an echo of our beliefs, identity, and worldview. But here's the secret of transformation: instead of just observing reality, we must shape our destiny with the image of who we want to be and what we want to achieve. As we form this new image, the reality mirror responds with small changes, slowly transforming itself. The reality mirror knows no limits. It only responds to what we offer, much like the alchemist turning lead into gold. We can transform our lives by adopting an abundance mindset, focusing on what we have and what we want. Ultimately, our journey through the reality mirror is a search for truth within ourselves and a celebration of our ability to create, innovate, and transcend. I hope this wisdom becomes the guiding flame on your life's journey, helping you craft the reality of your dreams. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel, share it with others so they can benefit.